Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Wildflower Wolves YouTube channel. I'm Louise. It's Monday. It is voting day. It's cast on day. It's podcast day. It is all the fun things day. Hope everybody's had a great Monday. Grab some knitting, get a drink, maybe get under a warm blanket if it's cold where you are, and settle in. We're going to chit chat for an hour about what you were all voting for this week. Um, Same as always, there was multiple places for you to vote: Instagram, Facebook, and right here on YouTube. Hi, ladies. I see some people are coming in here into the chat. This is going to be a very interesting night of chatting because I have almost all finishes. I know, let that sink in for just 1 second. Finishes. I have like 3 finishes, you guys, which is good because we're getting super, super close to gift giving day. All right. So, oh, did I see? Oh, Cindy, you missed the voting. Okay. Well, I've got pictures. So, just in case anybody else missed the voting today, this week's project is going to be a hat. So, I took a look on Ravelry this morning. Um, you know what? I didn't even look at the trending or what the top 5 or 20 patterns were. I didn't even do that. Usually that's where I go first just to see kind of what's new, what everybody's looking at. But I didn't. I just Googled search in Ravelry hats and picked two. The first one, I'll show you a picture here. This is the Grow hat. Look at those cables. I know it's horrible. Um, the picture, I mean, not the pattern. I'm looking here. I know, but you can see that, right? There's not too much glare. Aren't those cables gorgeous? So there is that hat, and there is also what I'm calling the Moit hat. Not entirely sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but let me show you a picture. So the Grow It hat, hold on. Figure out my camera roll here. Okay, this is the Moit hat. So it's spelled Moit, and those that is a slip stitch pattern. But I just love how the stripes go right up and get smaller, smaller, smaller until there's just a nice stripe right under the pom pom, around the pom pom. Thought that looked really fun. Just a nice bright color, 2 colors. So that was what you were voting for. Oh, Cindy, you like number one. You like the cable to grow it. Well, you know what? Everybody, like always, there's a cheering squad, a voting section for every project, right? And I think the comment that made me laugh the most was somebody, I think it might have been Kathy, voted for the Moet hat, the red and white slip stitch pattern, because she said, this time of year, who has time for cables? And I'm like, you are not wrong. You are not wrong. This close to gift giving day, you kind of need something that is going to be quick and simple and not fiddly or pattern reading heavy. Anyways, but there was a lot of people voted for the cable hat because those cables that like to make those little flower stalks. Um, flower stalks, is that the right? I don't know. Whatever they look like, grow. They almost look like reminded me of like, well, I guess more like I guess a flower stem, right? Anyways, I don't know which one I would vote for. I really, really like both, and I like the cabled one because it's really, really cute. And I also like the slip stitch because it has the color, maybe a little faster to knit because you're not going to have to fiddle with cables or read the charts and all that kind of thing. Anyways, we'll see. Nikki said cables are fast. Mosaic, knitting the same row twice is longer. Oh, Nikki, that's true. That is true. Cables are fast. That's an interesting. I'm going to think. About yeah. I suppose. I guess it depends how efficient you are cabling, if you're cabling with a needle, without a needle, if you can remember if you're going left or right, and if you have to refer back to the pattern like every single time. But yes, you're right. I mean, I guess there's always, it's different for everybody, isn't it? So, anyways, I know Nikki, you voted for cables because I was thinking of your Christmas Chronicle 2 beanie hat with the cables. And I thought, I wonder if you are just more of a cable knitter. Anyways, what did else was I gonna say? There was a lot of votes. People were saying both hats were super cute. Some people like slip stitches, some people like cabling. Oh, hey, Elena, you like both. Me too. Oh, Liz says you voted for the Moet. Did somebody else say that? Wheat. Cindy, yeah, that was, I think, my first thought was it looks like wheat. And then the more I thought about it, I thought, oh, is it maybe just supposed to be flower stems? I don't know what it is. It's cute no matter what it is. Hi, Diane. Hi, Jocelyn. I know, Cindy, I have finishes. I know, I'm so excited. Hi, Karen. Okay, what else? 125 votes, and it was definitely leaning one way. I would say pretty much all day long. The the hat that ended up winning was I think in the lead all day long. Oh, Nikki says I love mosaic. I knit a lot. Oh, in that style, the color work hat. Oh, in that style color work. Okay. I think I'm extra tired tonight, you guys. So if I mess up the comments, I apologize ahead of time. Hey, Susie. Okay, 125 votes, which was a lot, which means you guys were really interested, excited in these hat projects. So that's always fun to see all of the different votes. So yes, the hat pattern that won was in the lead all day long. And yeah, just never let up. It was every time I would count the votes on any of the platforms, and it would be a little bit for this one and about twice as much for the other hat list. Um, so, um, yes. So, anyways, it was interesting. You guys were definitely leaning one way this week, and this hat is going to be a lot of fun to knit. So, let me tell you, I know the winning hat for this week is going to be the Grow It hat. So, does that look like wheat? Would you guys say that's wheat or flower leaves? um, anyways, yes, I know. So 70% of you are going to be happy, and a teeny tiny little 30% are going to be like, oh darn. But um you can just go grab the pattern yourself and knit it yourself. Diane says wheat too. Okay, yeah, maybe that's what it's supposed to look like. Oh, Liz says looks like wheat to you too. Okay. That was my first thought, and then I thought, no, maybe it's supposed to be flowers. I suppose it can just look at like whatever you want it to be. Now, I'm gonna see if I can actually find this on Ravelry. Oh, okay. Louise, I feel like you're always like my assistant here. Louise, you said you had this in your Ravelry library, didn't you? The designer says it's a plant motif. Grow means growth in Danish. Yes, this pattern is available English and Finnish, I do believe. Oh no, Sherry, did you? Yes, you voted for the other one, didn't you? The other one is super cute. I really like it. And really, well, I don't know. I'll tell you quickly how. Oh my God. Okay, there's another Ravelry picture. I did not see that one the last time. That's an interesting action shot. Oh, it's in your favorites. Yeah, we'll see how quick the cables are for me. This is the top, just regular decreases, like a star on top, which looks cute. I believe it is paid for pattern. How can I get back here? Let me see. Um, Fiber Tales is the Ravelry designer. What else does this tell me in here? Yes, so it is a paid for pattern. Believe it's DK. Yes, it is DK yarn. And so it's saying a 4 millimeter and a 3.5 millimeter needle. Is it just written for one size? Oh, Danish. You're right. I said Finnish tonight. It's Danish, English and Danish. It says the Grow Hat is part of a series of grow patterns that are all inspired by growing plants. Grow means grow in Danish. The Grow Hat will keep your head nice and toasty. Okay, I didn't even read this, you guys. Okay, let's all read it together. The Grow Hat will keep your head nice and toasty on cold winter days, especially when knit in a plump woolen spun yarn. It's quick and fun. We'll see. Using only about one skein of DK weight yarn. The hat is worked bottom up with nice ribbed brim and a beautiful plant motif. The top of the hat is shaped by elegant center double decreases. Oh, that's why there's those nice distinct lines. I like that. The pattern is both has written instructions and chart. Okay, I guess that's it. So, I'm not sure what this works out to price wise. Um, Anyways, I can't do that conversion in my head. I've forgotten what um the conversion is. Anyways, I'm excited to try this. Cabling. I don't know if I have time for cables this week or not, you guys, but we will give it a shot. And then I'll come back and report, Nikki, if I'm finding the cables quick. And the designer also said they were quick and fun. Well, we'll see if they're quick and fun a week before Christmas. All right. Okay, where's the other one? Um, Give me a sec here and we'll take a peek at the other one here because I know it should be here. Bum, bum, bum. Just when you want to find it, you can't. Okay, let me see if I can search for it. I'm pretty sure the Moit hat was worsted. There we go. There's something about the color, the red and the white. Even though I'm not a big red person, just that brightness really grabbed my attention. So it is also a paid pattern. This one was, so the Moat was just published in December of 20, like now, this month. I'm not sure about the other one, if it's brand new or not. Let's see, needle size, a 3.75 millimeter, a 4.5 millimeter for the body of the hat. It's written in three sizes. They grow it, mow it, the Moat hat. Three sizes, a small, medium, large. The head size in inches is 20, 22, and 24. It's in English and Finnish. And now this one here, the Moat, the slip stitch pattern, it does say there's 50% off until Friday, December 20th. And it said it also applies to the ebook. I'm not sure what all patterns are in there, but it says it's worked in the round from the brim up. Instructions for both, normal and folded brim. Three sizes. It gives some finished measurements. It talks about yarn, 100 grams of worsted weight. In two colors, main color. Yeah, then it gives you like 35 grams of contrast color. Sample size was a large, and it was knit with Cascade 220. So I don't think there's anything too out of the ordinary there. So it looks fun too. And there is 50% off it. So if you want to grab it, and put it into your library, either to knit up for yourself, a quick last minute gift, or just keep it till January when there's a little bit of pressure. Oh, Sherry's got put it in there in the comments. She says it is worsted and 50% off until the 20th. Um, oh, Diane, what did Diane say? Oh, wheat. Is that it? And then Diane says, someone that made the grow hat noted this. Oh, Louise has done the conversion here for me. She said it is 9.44 Canadian dollars. Okay, $10. All right, and that is for the grow hat. Fantastic. Oh, Cindy, I need to buy myself a couple patterns for my birthday. That hat might be one of them. I think that would be a really fun birthday present. Louise, thank you for looking up all that info for me. That's so wonderful. Thank you. Okay, well, let's see. Let's talk about finishes, you guys. We'll talk about the big one first. I got my shrug done. I should be wearing it, but I'm not. But I did wear it on Saturday, and I did wear it without the ends woven. But eh, it didn't bother me. So that was fine. I I finished it Saturday morning as predicted, as per normal. I was finishing the ribbing when Cheryl and I were chatting on the Fiber Friends podcast Saturday morning. I finished the ribbing when I was talking with her. I started casting off. I packed up everything and I headed out to our guild party. When got to the guild party, that's where I sewed up some seams here. So I just mattress stitched it. So there's just a little bit of oh my, oh no, no, no. Oh, I was gonna say, oh no, I just used a stitch marker just to hold my long tails in here because I may sew it up a little bit farther. I think I did six and a half inches. And because I had the very first shrug that I tried on of this pattern was the one that one of our guild members made, and she had left a really big hole for very much like this, where it was just a really big armhole and then just a little bit was sewn at the bottom. And that was at first, I thought that's the way the pattern, that was what you were supposed to do. Then I read the pattern and um, you are supposed to seam it up quite, and make kind of like a normal armhole. Anyways, I thought I would try it like this, and I liked wearing it like this, but I may just sew this up more and and try it. I might just sew one and just put it on and wear it and see which one I like better. And if I like it better like this, I can take it out or I can sew the other one up. But it's done. So it took Oh, I had 2 big skeins of the fisherman's wool. It took 1 full one, half, 3/4 of the second ball. I did not use all of the second ball. The length is really good. It comes down to my butt. I like that. The width-wise is okay, but next time I do it, I will cast on more stitches so it does cover a little bit more. I'm not sure. Okay, here we are. Like, okay. Got to figure out which way is up with this thing here. But I like it. I wore it for the afternoon at our guild Christmas party. And then I went out with Eric in the evening and I wore it again when I was out. I really, really like it. So I like it with a few buts here. My ribbing still curls. Even though there's probably about 2.25 inches of ribbing, it still flips up. Now, I have also not blocked it because there was no time to block her weave-in ends. Let me see if I can. Ooh, I don't know if I can. show you. If I turn around, I don't know if you can see the length. Doesn't work very well trying to show you and turning around at the same time, but there's the front. So I don't know. I always seem to be like thinking I want to pull it a little bit. So I think I would add a few more stitches. So I am going to knit this again because I have this need to try to perfect the fit on this. And okay, yeah, Nikki says once I block it, it'll be fine. Yes, I hope so. It is 100% wool. It is nice and it is. Oh, Susie says it looks snuggly. It really is. I really, really like it. So I'm just, yeah, like I will still wear it the way it is, and it's fine. It's fine. Oh, and it is really warm. So we'll just wear all the layers tonight. Okay, I'm going to pull you guys back in a little bit. So I finished my shrug, which was a lot of knitting, you guys. Holy smokes. So I did it. So it is about, I cast on 160 stitches, which was about 40 inches wide. And those stitches, so where's my seam is right here, and my other seam is right here. So from here around behind my neck, down my shoulder to here is my 160 stitches. From here over to here. And then this is where it lays. So if I had 160, if I had more, that should pull it in just a little bit more. Anyways, I will knit it again. Maybe this could be a February project for our sweater month. We'll see. But I'm gonna wear it. It's fine. I like it. It's warm. It was a success, I would say. There was another lady in our guild, she pulled hers out because she thought it was going like sideways. She didn't realize she was knitting that this was her cast on was going around her neck. Um, I think she thought that was going to be the arm and she wanted to go this way. Anyways, ended up she made hers way too big. So she pulled it out and is going to hopefully start again at some point. So anyway, overall I'm happy with it. It was a good trial run. I made a good educated estimate on what the fit was going to be like, and I kind of like tried it on, draped it around me a couple of times as I was knitting, and I'm glad I did try it on for the length because I was going to go a couple of inches longer, which I think would have been too long for me because I'm not tall. So, um, I think, okay, I think you want more rows, not stitches, right? See, this is the problem with the shrug because if I knit more rows, that just makes it longer. And I don't think, I don't know. I know. See, that's the thing. This whole shrug construction just boggles my mind. It really does because I think if I cast on, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna figure it out. So it's a work in progress. Anyways, it is good. This was a good first trial run. It's something that I will definitely wear. I'll wear it out. I'll wear it at home. I think it turned out really well. I think it's cute. So shrug is done. And last week's project, you guys were voting between Christmas balls and snowmen. Well, I showed these two Christmas balls on Saturday with Cheryl. I had two done on Saturday. Now, you guys, I did not hand knit them. I did not hand knit any of the balls that I did because It is like a week before gift giving day, and I did not have time to hand knit them, but I really wanted the finished product. So what I did is I used this little guy, the circular knitting machine. So this is the Centro. It's a 22 pin. And this is what it makes. It looks a whole lot bigger, but let's see if I could do it this way. This is what you end up with. Once it comes off the machine, it really shrinks in. So the size is a little deceiving. I use these guys here are so I want to be careful because it is definitely a lot faster than hand knitting and knit smarter, not harder. Exactly. Um, and you have to give so some people just think, oh, you just like put it on and you crank it out and you're done, which is true. But these machines do have a bit of a learning curve and they can be very finicky. And if you don't have the right yarn, they can be very, very temperamental. And this here, forget the white. The white I had to do surgery on this ball. I had to cut it. Um, but this is a worsted weight. It could be Red Heart Super Saver, or I'm thinking more likely it is the loops and threads. I don't think it's impeccable, but whatever they have more like a craft yarn. I don't know. The ball band was not on here. But anyways, it is a I was gonna say, like, I keep wanting to say like a good solid worsted weight. It's like a heavy worsted and it's very stiff and durable, which going through the machine, it did it, but I had to go super, super slow. Um, and it did it, which was wonderful because lots of times it won't. It'll just stop. If it doesn't like the yarn, it'll either just stop cranking or it starts dropping stitches. So I did these two. And then I decided to switch the yarn because this was a little too heavy and I didn't want to break the machine. And so I switched. Okay, I'm going to spin you guys around here a little bit. So this is what I did. I switched the yarn and did this is a DK. At first I thought it was going to be way too thin because it was like a light DK. I had double checked the ball band because I was sure that this had to be fingering weight. I'm like, this does not feel DK, but it is a DK, but it was really, really light, but it actually worked out well. And it's lots of times with the circular knitting machines, anytime like you're making hats on there, you have to do them double. And just like the Musselburgh hat, if you've made the Musselburgh hat, that's exactly what you have to do on these machines. You have to double them up or otherwise you can see through them. But on the ball, I like the look. And then I just cut a little bit of white ribbon, hot glued it together, and easy peasy. So this was 20 rounds of cranking and then just pulled the cast on tail and did the same up top and just wove the ends in. So I'm like really happy with these. So if you remember, I had this white tree and I had pumpkins on it for Thanksgiving and Halloween. So now it has red balls on it. And I think they look really cute. So I think I made a total of 11 balls counting these two. I didn't put these ones on here because, of course, it's a different shade of red. And I have one more ball of this yarn. This yarn did not get counted and weighed and added into my DK stash. So everything that I've been using the last few weeks has been yarn that I have not sorted. And I have another ball of this. So I could do another, I think there's 9. I might be able to do another 9 or 10 balls that I may do yet and then just keep them because I may decorate a larger tree with these red balls because I actually really, really like them. I think they turned out really, really good. And you could definitely hand knit them. I was thinking about doing the exact same thing, doing magic loop and just putting on 22 stitches and knitting 20 rounds on something at a fairly loose gauge, like maybe a 4.5 millimeter needle. Okay, you guys, I gotta take this off. um, and I think you would end up with the same thing, and then you could cinch them. Now, it does look no, I can't show you. I was gonna say, when you take it off the machine, it looks like it's only about this high, and you put your ball in it, and it only comes up halfway around the ball. But honestly, it's like magic. I should do crank another one and do a little video and post it. But when you pull that top string, it pulls it tight and it just like zoop right up the ball and just snugs up perfectly. Some of the first ones that I did when I was just guessing, um, I did 22 rounds, and it's okay, but there's just a smidge extra yarn in there. Not that I can tell when I'm looking at the balls right now, but the next ones I did, I just went down to 20 rows, and that seemed to work a little better. So sometimes you just got to play around a little bit, but I'm like really, really happy with it. I think it looks really, really cute. What else? Oh, I could put them in my gift box. I totally could do that. And I may still do that before the week is out. Oh, thanks, Carol. Yeah, I was really, really happy with those. And so that is so Shrug was number one, a whole bunch. Does 11 count as a whole bunch? In my book, it does. I mean, there's they were quick. They didn't take very long to make, but by the time I had done like 8 of them or something, I was kind of like done. I wanted more done, but I just didn't want to do them. So I will maybe do them another night. It was like, but it was great. It was a great Christmas movie, little project, right? Just crank, sew up, glue on a ribbon. Easy peasy. So I have one more finish. One more finish, you guys. So I'm not sure. This was probably going to go in the gift box. Couple weeks ago, I was knitting a dishcloth. I think what did you vote for? Probably a pot holder or a dishcloth, and you guys, um, voted dishcloth. Not yet, Sherry. It is maybe tonight. Maybe tonight. I saw there was a red one hat, or did we talk about that on Saturday? I saw it on Ravelry about the hat that went with the movie. Okay, so I was knitting this in a dishcloth and I finished it. Are you ready? This was the mosaic one. You guys voted dishcloth and oh my gosh. And then Sam sent me a pattern. So here it is. I haven't wove my ends in, but it's upside down. We'll go this way. So here it is. Now I added on this edging, which I probably should not have done, but I did. Um, the cast on edge curls a little bit. I wasn't thinking I should have just, y'all know. Well, if you don't know, look at this and you will know from now on. We'll use this as a teaching moment. Sometimes garter stitch is wider and stretchier, and depending on what the stitch is in the main body of your project, sometimes your garter stitch, even though it's the same number of stitches, is ends up being a little wider than your project, and then it kind of gets ripply, which is what happened down here. I just keep stretching this to make it lay flat. So what I did when I cast off, I did finish the pattern, and then when I got up here to garter stitch, I just decreased 2 stitches and it lays much nicer. I was just not thinking, and anyways, that's fine. It's a dishcloth or a face cloth, right? We're not it's not like a sweater that you're going to wear. You're just going to use it and it'll be fine. And I dropped a stitch after I cast off I saw I dropped a stitch, so I had this progress marker on another project, so I just used it to grab that stitch. So I will just have to sew it down here on the back side and it'll be fine. But there it is. So this is a mosaic project, slip stitch, knit with one color all the way across the row, and you just slip the other color and it makes this really cute pattern. This is the Barbara Walker pattern and Faces in the Crowd. That's what she called this pattern. So I don't know if Sam is here tonight. I don't think I've seen her in the comments, so I'll have to show her this on Thursday and let her know that I did indeed finish it. And then I immediately cast on again for another dishcloth to use up this red. The green, I don't think there's enough in there for another dishcloth, so it'll have to be striped or something. Okay, so Diane said, you made okay, so the red one. You made the red one hat and you're wearing it now. That is fantastic. Is it not hot where you are, Diane? Oh no, maybe not. Diane, where are you? Dawn is in California, right? You are not. Okay. Oh, you just posted a picture in the Fiber Friends? Fantastic. Okay. So I have not watched the red one. Was it last week? Was it last Monday? I think it was. And that was supposed to be my homework to watch the movie, wasn't it? And I didn't. But I'm going to. I may even do that tonight. Oh, Diane, you are in California. Okay, but you're always cold. Okay. um, yeah, so when I was looking at hats, I saw the hat. So it's like a long Santa hat, elf hat. And what does it have? Gray around the brim. And then it was red, like a long, like stocking cap with a pom pom on it. I think. So is it long? Is that the whole I'm assuming, I guess it is, since that's what it was in the picture and Ravelry. So that is fun that you did that. Did you have stuff in your stash for it, or did you go out and buy yarn? Oh, Deborah, what is this? I've made 85 granny stitch and puff stitch ornaments so far. 85. Oh my gosh. Okay. Here I am complaining about doing 11. You've done 85. Oh my gosh. That is amazing. Okay, so Deborah, what are you going to do with them all? 85. So are you making like sets of 8 or 10 or something and then giving them to people? Or do you have 85 people that are getting one? Are you keeping some for you? What are you doing with them all? Are you donating them somewhere? I think that is fantastic. Oh, Diane, you've had stash. Oh, see? Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of red, but I could. I mean, I've got this red. I could do red. Um, oh, Diane, it's 61 degrees. Oh, and Cindy says it's 51 here, which is 51. That was like it was actually quite warm here, but it was raining, so it felt damp. But I think we were at 8 degrees. Does that translate to 51, Cindy? And anyways, Diane, yours is a deeper red. Okay, and that's what it looked like in the picture, was a deeper red, a red that I actually, um, like. I like the bluey kind of red. Anyways, maybe after I watch the movie, maybe I'll have to make the hat too. Okay, let's see. Oh, Diane, you did Patton's wool for the brim and impeccable for the rest of the hat. Yeah, along with a pom-pom. Oh, 10. Oh, Cindy, it was 10 degrees. That's crazy for December. Anyways, yes, I had 3 finishes. What else did I work on? Not very much. I felt like I had, like, a little bit of focus because I was bound bent. I was getting that shrug done. I was I needed to get that finished, and then the balls, I wasn't sure if I was just gonna get 2 or 3 done, but last night I sat down and I did a few more, and I'm really happy I did. It was fun. I probably should have been working on something that's gonna actually be a gift, but, I didn't. But I had fun. So, that's what counts, right? I'm sure I must have done a row or 2 or maybe 6 row repeat on my Sophie scarf. which is not growing very much because I didn't do very much work on it. I think I did do a few rows on it. But yes, I was really focused on the shrug, the balls, and then I thought, "Oh my gosh, I cast on the dishcloth and I have a pot holder that started." Those are projects that really should be done in a week. So I thought I've got to get this dishcloth done. Plus, I'm going to see Sam on Thursday, and if I don't have her dishcloth pattern done after like 3 weeks, she's going to think there's no hope for me. So I had to make sure I got it done. Deborah, you got small boxes with windows and making small sets of four or maybe six. Ah, and some for your tree. Oh my gosh. That is fantastic. Liz, I did see that when I was looking on Ravelry this morning that there is a Sophie hood. I know. I stopped and thought about that, but I thought I already have the scarf. Gotta get the scarf done before I do the hood, but that is very intriguing, isn't it? Yeah, that's interesting. There was another hood. Um, I can't remember the name of it now, but it was really nice with an I-cord, like, tie in it. It looked that I thought that might be another fun project for the winter time. So we'll see. So yeah, that's it. So I really have no whips to show you. I mean, I have a whole bunch of whips, but I didn't work on anything else. Pretty much everything I worked on this week, I got finished. I think this is Um, a miracle, a one-time event that does not happen very often, but I'm hoping. I mean, there's 3 Mondays. Well, there's this Monday, next Monday just before Christmas, and then the next Monday just before New Year's, and then we are done. So there's 2 more New Start Mondays. Somewhere a Christmas miracle. That's exactly it, Cindy. That's exactly it. Um So yes, I need to kind of plan. I might plan out my last 2 projects and the yarn that I'm going to need for them because the rest of the yarn here is kind of my goal before the end of the year is to get the rest of this stuff sorted. And that's probably going to happen after Christmas when I have a couple of days off. And that is what I'm planning on doing is having a couple of days that I'm in my PJs, eating leftovers, and not leaving the house and trying to get things organized. I might record a video because we talked a little bit, a couple of times about doing like an end of the year wrap up kind of thing and showing all of the whips. I don't know if I can do that in an hour. I don't know. Can I show 52 projects in an hour? No, because it's been 45 minutes and I've shown you 3. That's probably not unless I just didn't chat to you guys and I just ran through them quick. But I may just record that and post that as an extra. And then before December 30th is the last Monday. And then we can always chat about it on the 30th. We'll see. But I've gathered up, I think, all of the projects, all of the works in progress. I think I have them all in 3 separate spots. So there was something coming for that in between Christmas and New Year's. And then it's going to be the brand new year and we get to start it all over again. Next year, I know there's going to be a bit of an emphasis on stash knitting, which is what I felt like I did this year. I'm not gonna say there's gonna be more of an emphasis because I don't know if I wanna do that, but it'll be 50-50 maybe, because I need to knit some of the stash. And we'll see. I have a little bit of a plan for going forward next year. Plus, we're gonna have the crochet challenge. Jocelyn and I will be chatting Friday night, this coming Friday night. And we'll talk a little bit more about the crochet challenge. I'm planning on doing a Zoom call for the 20 knitters or so that are gonna the knitters who are doing the crochet challenge. I guess that it should be the crocheters, counting me in there, who are gonna do the crochet challenge. We will do a Zoom call. Have to see what works for Jocelyn, but I'm kind of thinking like around noonish because then that will make it a little easier for those of you with the time difference. Won't be super, super late, like in the middle of the night. So we'll see. We'll chat a little bit more about that Friday, come up with a time, come up with a little bit of a plan. But I'm thinking New Year's Day would be a great way to kick off our challenge. Maybe I will have watched the first video. I can struggle through my first crocheted square on a Zoom call with 20 other crocheters who can hold my hand virtually. And we'll see. But you know what? I'm holding out. Well, I mean, there's always hope. And I have the best example. I have started to spin. And over the last 2 months, I have met up with, I have three friends who spin, who we all live right close to each other. So we have been getting it together to spin um, maybe 4 times in the last couple of months. And you guys, I sucked really, really bad. Really bad. Like the first time they were spinning, I was sitting there, and at one point I gave up and I just ate the cookies that were on the table because I couldn't. My fiber kept breaking. Let me tell you, I'm an expert at joining. I'm an expert at finding the right tension on the wheel now. All the things that I was so scared of and just wanted to get it set and spin. Now I can do all of those things because I had to do them like literally 100 times. And this past Friday, I Marg and I were spinning, and you know how you do something and like you try it's like even if you're just knitting or you're purling or you're trying to like read your stitches and what's a knit, what's a purl, or trying to pick up a drop stitch, but wait, think way back to when we were beginner knitters, right? And you get to the point where you just think like, oh my gosh, am I meant to do this? And then all of a sudden it clicks. That's where I finally got to with my spinning on Friday, and I have come home and I have spun a little bit every day since. I just have the wheel in my living room and I just, I walk by, sit down, and I spin. And I'm like, I can do this now. And not that I ever questioned, because I mean, I knew, right? When you're learning anything, you have to practice, 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 and make a whole bunch of mistakes. And you just got to stick with it, right? So I have got spinning. Not that, I mean, I still have no idea what I'm doing with spinning. I don't know the lingo. I just know that I can take fiber, I can keep the wheel going, and I can just draft it and just keep going, keep going, keep going. And now I have to intentionally stop the wheel. Before, I would spin a little bit, then the fiber would break. And then I join it and I'd spin for like 2 seconds and the fiber would break. Now I'm intentionally, before one of the girls was telling me, they're like, Louise, I'm like, that's like a little thick. And I'm like, I don't care. I am like not stopping. I'm just gonna keep going. Now I can start and stop. I can, yeah. So I'm feeling quite successful with my spinning, I have to say, and it can only get better from here on out. So I feel like I'm just gonna like do this whole learning curve again. Now I can crochet, right? Like I crocheted the snowflakes last year, and I had like I can crochet, but to actually follow a pattern, do a granny square is going to be a little bit of a learning curve for me. So, but it'll be fun. It'll be a whole lot of fun, and I can't wait to see from, January 1st to a year from now when we're going to be sitting here and saying, "You guys, there is like 2 weeks left in the crochet challenge, and who knows, maybe I'll be wearing a granny square sweater or something." I don't know. Um we will we will see what happens a year from now, right? Uh, Susie, am I pre-drafting my fiber? Well, I was, and then I think I was getting it too because it was like I will have to show it to you because like some of it is probably like as big around as my finger, right? And so I think I was pre-drafting it because I wanted to be able to get it started and just focus on having it feed in and not having to draft. So I was like really getting it fine and then it would I think that's what it would break or that wasn't getting I think it wasn't getting enough twist and then it was breaking. I don't know. There was a bunch of problems. So now I can get where I can actually do it without pre-drafting. And I feel like I have more control. I can make it go faster and slower and maybe I think I was panicking before when I would have parts pre-drafted, and then I would see I was getting to the part that was not pre-drafted, then I was like, "Oh my gosh, I, like, need to stop, like, I can't do keep it going and not have it drafted," and then but now I don't panic. I'm like, "Oh, I can do this. I can just slow the wheel down," and then just it's like that muscle memory has kicked in. I don't exactly know what I'm doing, but my hands seem to know what I'm doing. So, anyways, there'll be a lot more spinning chat next year for sure. So, there may be a little at the end of like right about now, the last little bit of the podcast, I may show some spinning stuff. And then if you're interested in spinning, you can hang around right to the end. Spinning's not your thing, you can head out a little early. We'll see. Oh, Susie, I think everybody goes through the breaking part to start with. I would imagine so because it seemed like a very easy thing to have happen. But yesterday when I was spinning, I sat down. I don't know how long I spun, like maybe 20 minutes, and I think it only broke 3 times, which probably is still not good, right? Like it probably should not have broke at all. It was broke even what I wanted to say. I had to join like 3 times. And that was probably all right at the beginning. Probably within like the first 5 minutes, I had to like start, stop, start, 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 start. And then I got going. So it was a huge, huge improvement. Oh, Nikki says if I can do a snowflake, you can do a granny square. I think you've told me that before. And I don't know. I have a feeling my first few granny squares are going to be a little wonky. I mean, a lot of my snowflakes ended up with like either one extra point or missing a point. But I've got lots of room for improvement. That's all I can say with my spinning and with my crochet. So it's going to be a very fun learning year coming up ahead. All right, everybody. Okay, I think that's all I had to talk about. So this coming week, I am going to find a needle. See if I can find a 16-inch needle. That would be preferable for me to do the hat over magic loop. I mean I do magic loop and I like it, but I always find if I have a 16-inch needle for a hat, it goes faster. You don't have to fiddle. I know, and it's just a simple little thing and it takes like 3 seconds, five, I don't know what it is. I don't just switch your needles around, right? But if I can avoid that, I much prefer it. So I'm going to see if I can find a 16-inch needle and see what this cable pattern is. So I guess I'm going to go buy the pattern right now. I'm going to go down, put on a Hallmark movie, buy my new pattern, look for a needle. I have a secret project, a secret Christmas project that I have not talked about yet. I have to start it tonight. Um, oh, Sally, the grow hat, the one that was a solid color with the cables. That's the one that one. Yeah, so it's gonna be a really, really fun project. Nikki is assuring me that it's gonna go quick, but I don't know about that. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll get the ribbing done, or I'll cast on and get couple couple rounds of ribbing. Who knows? We'll see. I got to get my secret knitting started and finished before we chat again. So then I'll work on the hat, or I'll work on the hat in between there. We'll get it started. Anyway, the hat, I'm really excited. I have to say, I think I picked good projects this week. I'm really excited. I think the slip stitch hat would be fun. And I think it would be one to, I may just stick it in my, I may just buy it as well and put it in my library and keep for a project this January. I think it would be a good project. And maybe it'll go in the gift box and be a hat for next year's Christmas. That would be super smart of me if I did that. Anyways, maybe there'll be a few more Christmas balls in between. I need like a palette cleanser between cables and secret knitting that I need to like knit like crazy on now. And I may just have to do a ball or two in there. Um, I'll look at my whips. I'm gonna update the whiteboard and see where I am on that. And I've got a pot holder, I know, pot holder or two that are started. That would also be a quick finish. The Sophie scarf would also be. I weighed the ball of yarn on the Sophie scarf, the impeccable. I'm not anywhere close to half the ball being done. I think that was wishful thinking. I thought, well, maybe I'm halfway done, but I am not. So I'm just going to keep plugging away on that. That I don't know if that'll get done before Christmas. It may be just something that I keep and I wear for myself this winter. Hi, Mary. One of the biggest accomplishments in the beginning is just keeping the wheel going in one direction. Yes. I have mastered that because yes, I know that's right. If you don't treadle at the right spot, you're going one way and then you're going backwards and you don't want that. Yeah, been there, done that, but I'm not doing that anymore. And the actual Mary, one of my thing that I realized on Friday when I was with Mark and I was spinning, she was helping me out getting going, and then all of a sudden it clicked and I was spinning, spinning, spinning. We were talking and spinning, and I all of a sudden realized I wasn't even thinking about what my foot was doing in the treadling. It was doing it all on its own, and I was just paying attention to my hands. So I know all of these little aha moments for my spinning career. I'm getting there. Oh, Sally, I knit my first toe up stocking and it was so easy. I can't believe I didn't have to pick up stitches. I'm definitely a fan now. Well, there you go. That's fantastic. Yes, there's definitely pluses and minuses to cuff down, toe up, Kitchener stitch or graft or not, pick up gusset. Well, it depends how you do your heel, right? You can do toe up and you can do heel flap and gusset. Um, but you increase, you decrease. Yeah. So anyway, I mean, yeah, definitely um different techniques. That maybe that's the word I want, right? That's great. So will you do it like a full pair of socks toe up now? Maybe that was a good way to do it. So you're stocking. So just doing one Christmas stocking and then try out. That's wonderful. Super, super excited for you, Sally. It's opened up a whole new world of sock knitting for you now. That's great. Okay, everybody, thank you for voting. Really, really excited for this grow hat. I'm going to read the pattern, see how what the cabling is like. I'm really excited to start seeing these little wheat stalks, wheat. Um, oh, Sally said she'll make a pair now. Yeah, so I'm excited to see that the cables start growing on this hat. Good night, Liz. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks everybody for chatting and for voting. It's going to be a fun week. So if you are still gift knitting, I am wishing you lots of extra time. Hopefully, you can squeeze in a couple of hours here and there and have everything finished before Christmas Eve. Well, check next Monday. We will still have a couple of days before Christmas. So we're getting down to where we need to be super, super focused on our final gift knitting, and with the hopes of getting it all done and being able to wrap things without the needles in them. That is still my goal. All right, everybody, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna find a Christmas movie, look for needles, buy the pattern, and start working on my secret gift knitting project that I gotta get done. So, anyways, I will chat to you all later, and we'll see you Friday night with Jocelyn, and then we'll be back here on Monday with some more voting, and we'll chat about the cables. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great knitting week, and we'll see you Friday night.